Cell referencing. Let's talk about cell referencing. Sometimes while writing a formula, we select a range of cell addresses. The cell referencing refers to the range of cell addresses which we use while writing formula. Let's understand this by an example. That is, we have the following values. C1 is equal to 1. C2 is equal to 2. C3 is equal to 3. C4 is equal to 4. C5 is equal to 5. C6 is equal to 6. C7 is equal to 7. C8 is equal to 8. C9 is equal to 9. C10 is equal to 10. And A1 is equal to 2. Now type formula in cell E5. Is equal to sum C1 is to C10 into 100 plus A1. Let's understand the terms used in this formula. In the above formula, we have selected C1 is to C10, which is a range of cell addresses. Sum is the name of the function. A1 is the cell reference of a single cell. Multiply, plus are the mathematical operators. There are three types of cell referencing. Relative referencing. In relative referencing, whenever we copy a formula from one cell to another cell, the value of the formula always changes with reference to the new cell. Relative referencing is very useful when we need to repeat the same calculation across multiple rows or columns. Let's understand it with the same example. We enter 10 in cell B1. We enter 20 in cell B2. Write formula in cell B3 as is equal to B1 plus B2, and 30 will appear in cell B3. Now enter 30 in cell D1. Enter 40 in cell D2. Now, if we will copy the formula of cell B3 in cell D3, it automatically changes to is equal to D1 plus D2. Cell D3 changes the value according to cell D1 and D2 with relation to cell D3. Finally, we received output as 70 in cell D3. Similarly, if we will copy the formula of cell B3 in cell E3 and it automatically changes to is equal to E1 plus E2. Cell E3 changes the value according to cell E1 and E2 with relation to cell E3. Absolute referencing. Absolute referencing is needed when we do not want the formula to change when copied from one cell to another. Absolute referencing is done by using $sign. Let's understand it with an example. Enter 10 in cell B1. Enter 20 in cell B2. Now we write is equal to $B, $1 plus $B, $2. It will display the sum of cells B1 and B2. Now enter 30 in cell D1. Enter 40 in cell D2. Now, if we copy the same formula of cell B3 in cell D3. It will display sum of cells B1 and B2 instead of cells D1 and D2. The value of the formula does not change because of absolute referencing. Similarly, if the same formula is copied at cell F10, it will still display sum of cells B1 and B2 instead of is equal to F8 plus F9. Mixed referencing. Sometimes to write a formula, we use both relative and absolute referencing. This is called mixed referencing. Let's understand it with an example. Enter 10 in cell B1. Enter 20 in cell B2. In cell B3, we will type is equal to $B1 plus $B2. This will fix the column as B in B1 and row 2 in B2. Now enter 30 in cell D1 and 40 in cell D2. Now, if we copy the same formula of cell B3 in cell D3, it will be copied as $B1 plus $2. Here, the output is 50 in cell D3, which is the sum of B1 and D2, that is 10 and 40. Similarly, if the same formula is copied at cell F10, it will copy formula as is equal to $B8 plus F$2. It is because column B in B1 will be fixed and 1 is relative to 10, so it will become 8. Similarly, B in B$2 will change to F$2 because B will relatively change to F10 and $2 will be fixed.